Okay, we're moving right along. Okay, we have two people signed up for the public session. Mr. Derrick.
You want to come out there and talk?
Yes, sir. Come on, join the parade.
It's just a game, you gotta learn how to play. Good evening, board, Mr. Mayor, Alderman, everybody. Sister. God, I missed Dennis. But anyway, I want to ask the town something tonight. It's a two-fold question pertaining to one thing, roads. How does the town decide which road needs to be fixed over another road?
By point system. Yeah,
Well, how
that's
do you-
what we're talking about, the prioritizing.
Well, how do you come to that conclusion? Do you walk down the road, look at all
They
the
actually,
bumps, humps,
they
and
actually
all
went
that?
out and drove it and walked it, yeah. That's not to say it can't be changed, but they
Okay.
did.
Well, the one that I'm talking to is about now is Forest Avenue. It's about not kissing a mile long, but close. You got something right at close to 29 houses or 23 houses. You got a child's nursery there, and you go down that hill to the right on that road, and you got an old folks, excuse me, I can say that, I'm 78. You can, elderly people, they live down there, and I don't know how many units are down there, there might be 24, 26. And it's a well-traveled road. But if you get on it and go down there on your car, you got there's one place where the water main goes across the road. And when you go across it like this, and every time I go over it on my moped, I have to stand up. And you got to throw that out there. That's the truth. You got holes in that street. You got places where people have made their own sidewalks so they can put their own vehicles up there. And I was told years ago that there was money allocated for Forest Avenue. But then Maple Street came into it. And that was a nice one.
Let's do this if that's all right. If you'll call me, we'll go, you and I'll go ride and look at it, but not on the moped. I'm sure you got two of them. All right, I'll take you up on one.
Do you put this up on a higher agenda, or how do you do it?
Not really, yeah, go
Can I
ahead.
touch on that? The town planner and I actually went around looking at some streets that were on the prioritization list this year, and Forest Avenue really does need to be addressed, and we looked at actually possibly moving that up to be in, and I know Ms. Hamley and I have talked as well as being maybe number 1 or number 2 on the priority list this year, because what you said, it is in terrible condition.
When do you think that'll be done?
Hopefully, since the asphalt plants have opened back up, hopefully maybe by this fall, if not sooner.
Well, good. You got 10 pounds of pyramid coming.
Thank you. Ms. Boots, Debbie, welcome. What can we do for you?
I thought I would be going last, so I don't want to take up too much time. I have something to give to each of you. And I'll just go over it quickly. Thank you. Try to make this time. My name is Debbie Boots. I don't live in town, but I, of course, come to town pretty much every single day. I'm a member of the hiking club, and I'm here excited about the proclamation and also about the way the town is going of getting people recognizing the great outdoors in the woods and capitalizing on that. But I also think that we ought to bring more green space in town and more wildlife. And I'm just going to go over these pieces with you. It's the creating the wildlife habitat, and you can see that Warren Wilson did it, and already the garden club at Clock Tower has just created a wildlife habitat and they have their sign up, and I would love the town to suggest that the town honor them for doing that, because the garden club has done wonderful things for Life Habitat, and I stopped at the well, I stopped at two places today, the Gem Museum and the Historic Society, and both of them could have wildlife habitat also. We worked on with this with Rickman's store, and I really would like to expand and go perhaps different businesses to create these little wildlife habitats. You just need 4 little things: cover, water, plantings, and we could sort of immerse Franklin in little wildlife habitats. It would take a committee sponsored or authorized from the town to make it possible. They did it in Weaverville, and the woman who came in Weaverville has now got all green space, little green spaces. And she said we couldn't have done it unless there was somebody in the town board who was interested. And so I think if the town could have sort of maybe a beautification or something like that, you could get people, the garden club and the various organizations, and perhaps work on wildlife habitats. The second thing was tree planting, and I sent Bob and Barb this back in December 13. And this is planting trees, and I think for creating a committee, you don't have it, Barb and Bob, because I sent it before you and I never heard from you. Anyway, you can look that over. The thing is, you people are so busy that you can't read everything, and people give you all suggestions, and you probably file them. And I'm a big believer in having committees, not committees appointed, opening it up and saying who would be interested in working on a certain thing, and having committees, and you can send things to them and say, we want your advice on, wildlife habitats or something like that, or planting trees, becoming a tree city. Okay. Or look at this junk I got from this lady. Would you please look it over and say if you think it's worth anything? The next one is vision ideas for towns, and it's very interesting of little things you can do within a town to make it more interesting to people, tourists, and to residents and to shoppers. The third thing is I would like to suggest that Franklin have a historic preservation committee, and I think there's buildings now that are being torn down, and there's the mound to be considered, and if there's a bunch of people that are really interested and perhaps could work on something and come up with some good ideas, and there's people with experience that I know in other places that have worked on historic preservation. The last thing is the snowflakes. I think it was the Franklin Press that said that you were going to go from LED lights to regular lights to make those Chinese bought snowflakes, which I think are ugly anyway. We never have any snow here, and you have them up there, and they're 24/7. They go all day and all night long, lighted up, and I think that that's a waste of money. It's not attractive. It's a waste of energy in the town. It's a backward movement, and I think that the thing you could do is just get rid of the snowflakes and put red ribbons or something simple up there, attractive and natural. Thank you.
Thank you, Debbie. Okay, that was all the folks who signed up for the public session. Mr. James, if you could pass that chair, please, sir.